Hello, my name is Mark Anderson. This is my very first YouTube video, so please excuse the production quality, which is probably going to be rubbish. Like me, you might have elderly parents, and my mum is 88 and recently had a fall. And despite having a fall alarm on her wrist, that wasn't successful in calling help. So I want to put in a monitoring system in her house that lets me see when she's active and alerts me if she isn't up and about as usual. So like me, you might have looked at the systems that are out there. There are three different systems that I found. One was called Text Care, one was called Canary Care, and the one I'm going to show you today is called Howz, H-A-W-Z. It's apparently a company that's paired up with EDF Energy, but that doesn't really matter. Now I'm not going to talk about the other two systems, Canary Care and Text Care. I looked at those in quite a bit of detail. They both use the mobile phone system to send their messages, and my mum's house has terrible mobile reception on all the networks. So I was looking for a system that used Wi-Fi and broadband, and the Howz system does that. And it was also cheaper. The monthly rental cost was cheaper, and the only thing I did find that was a negative point was that they didn't give a discount, despite my mum being registered disabled, so you couldn't get a discount for the VAT. But when I spoke to their office, they were very helpful, and they did give me a voucher code for 10% off the product. The first kit I arrived, all looked good, but when I plugged in the hub, it was completely dead. I rang Howz and they were extremely helpful and very apologetic. I could only take delivery of a replacement on a particular day of the week because I live 200 miles from my mum, and they arranged to deliver it. And sure enough, 9:30 this morning, with a 1 hour delivery slot from DHL, the replacement kits turned up. So I'll show you the packaging and we can open the box up and see what's inside. Here's the package as delivered. You can see it's a slightly odd shape because I've ordered some extra sensors in addition to the basic kit. So I'll rip this open and you can see what's inside. So we've got two boxes here, as you can see. One of them, the nice smart looking box at the bottom, is the standard kit, and the top one hopefully should have 3 extra room sensors in it. Well, the main box flicks open on a lovely magnetic catch, and inside you can see there's a hub unit on the left. There's a power sensing plug here. There's one room sensor here and a door sensor here, and this little box here has got power supply and a cable to connect the hub to your router, because this system requires on a wired connection between the hub and your router. There's no Wi-Fi to set up, so in that little box at the end you can see there's an installation manual for each of the components. There's a power supply for the hub. There are 2 AA batteries for the door sensor. There's a lithium CR123 battery here, which is for the room sensor, and then various bits and pieces to allow you to stick or screw your sensors where you need them. Here is the Howz hub connected with a short network cable that's supplied in the box to my mum's wireless router. And this is the moment of truth, because when I went to set the first box I received up, it was dead. So I'm just going to plug this one in now. We'll see what happens next. The power's on, and I can see there are some lights that have come up now on the hub, so that's looking good. And it's supposed to take a couple of minutes to initialize, so I'll come back to it shortly. Well, it's now just over 5 minutes since I plugged in the hub, and you can see now the power light has gone solid green, and there's another green LED, and I believe this indicates that the hub is ready to have the sensors connected to it. This is one of the room motion sensors with a PP3 battery next to it, just to give you an idea of size. Interestingly, as supplied, they've already put a sticky label on the top saying hallway, so I presume this is linked to the website and will actually come as hallway motion detection. I don't actually want one in the hall, but I know where I should be able to put it. Now I'm looking at installing the first motion sensor. As you can see, it comes with a very detailed instruction leaflet. Sorry about the shiny paper, but it has screw fixing. You can screw a magnet to the wall and fix that, and it also comes with adhesive strips with the sort of adhesive that you can pull the tab to make it come off cleanly. So there's a variety of fixing options for it. The inside of the sensor with the battery ready to insert. Here are the other 3 sensors they sent me, and this little thing on the top right here is a sort of dish-shaped thing designed to go in the top corner of a wall, so you can screw it to your wall and ceiling, and then it has a magnetic attachment to the sensor, so you can put that up like a conventional burglar alarm PIR. So I've left the motion sensors near the base station, hopefully so they can hook up properly. The next thing to set up is this little plug sensor, which is designed, as the label says here, to go with your kettle and to sense use of an electrical device. So again, this comes with a comprehensive leaflet. I'm going to go and plug this in my mum's kitchen and see if it works. So here it is plugged in. Initially there was a little red LED flashing, which has now stopped, and this button on the side is supposed to switch it on or off, and you can see I've clicked the button and it's now come on solid green, which I think means that A, it's working, and B, the power supply to the kettle, which I'm about to plug into it, is live. So the final bits in the kit are a door sensor and a magnet to go with that. So these need to be next to each other on the door frame and the door. And this door sensor is apparently powered by these two AAA batteries that come as part of the kit. So we'll set this up on my mum's front door. It should let me know when the door is open. With the door sensor, as the magnet and door sensor come closer, a little green light flashes, and it flashes again as they move apart. So here's a little unexpected problem we've run into. Having set the system up, my mum's smart home of automated lights and Amazon Alexas all started misbehaving this morning with stuttering music playback and intermittent control of the lights. This problem only occurred after we plugged the system in yesterday, and I think is probably due to interference from the Zigbee frequency that I think the hub uses. I've moved the hub further away from the router, and that seems to have helped. I'm just going to go and buy a longer network cable to see if I can get it much further away. I've also moved all of the sensors away from smart light bulbs and things like that, because I think that's where some of the interference may have been coming from. Well, because of the problems I've had with my mum's internet connection and the home monitoring system, Howz have sent me a wireless router to try. So this is a router that operates on the mobile phone system. It's just come this morning. So we'll have a look at this. Comprehensive instructions. Looks like a fairly beefy piece of kit. It feels very solid. And obviously there's the cabling to go with it. So I'm going to set the system up with this in my house here in Swansea, and then we'll try that out, see how it works, and hopefully get it back to my mum's where we can get the system up and running. So here is the final setup in my mum's house. Bizarrely, she had quite a good mobile signal in one corner of her lounge, so the mobile network router was positioned there with the Howz hub on the shelf above. And in this location everything worked perfectly with no interference with the home broadband or Wi-Fi. You can see the various room sensors here, a freestanding one in the lounge, a ceiling mounted one in the bedroom, and a wall mounted one in the bathroom, along with the front door sensor. So now I've got the batteries in all of the sensors, I'm on the Howz website ready to log in to my Howz account, which you have to create to begin with. There's obviously a create a new account option at the bottom. I've already previously created an account. Once I've logged in, I'll come back to you. Well, I waited a couple more minutes and the system did log in. It actually shows which system I'm talking to at the top of the screen. I've cut that off so you can't see my mum's details, but otherwise you can see there's evidence that the system is talking to the sensors. It's noted that there are 6 sensors set up. If I scroll down here, you can see it says that they're all working properly. There seem to be 4 motion detectors showing. There seem to be the plug sensor showing. No sign of the door sensor, but then there are 6 sensors in total, so that seems to be about right. Let's click on the Manage Sensors button and see what that brings up. Sorry about the rather blurry video. It's my not very good phone camera. So you can see it has the different sensors now showing up. So it's showing the hub status, the motion sensors, which are labelled bedroom, hallway, kitchen and lounge, and the door sensor. I've just dived into the sub-menus on the system, and you can see how you can see what the individual sensors have been up to, and over here on the right is a graph of sensor activity against time. I'm going to do a separate video a bit later on how the system performs in the real world, but this gives you a flavour of the information that's available on the website. So it's looking promising, and I believe it's possible to set this up with rules so that, for instance, you can say if my mum hasn't been in the kitchen by 10 o'clock in the morning, to send me an alerting message. I'll go through some more of that in a separate video soon. Thanks for watching this unboxing video of the Howz home monitoring system. I'm Mark Anderson. I hope the experience hasn't been too bad for you with my crummy video, and it's helped you to make a decision about what system is best for you and your family. Take care, all the best, bye bye.